Hello lovely people of the internet, I'm Yura and you're watching Pieces to Pieces. It's been a while, I know, it's my only excuse is that I have school and it does take a large part of my time, my life. It's basically my life right now. So it's getting harder and harder to update my channel and stuff, and I know I've been getting like new subscribers and stuff, but it's hard right now, and I'm just hoping to, you know, end all of this and graduate and stuff like that. It's been harder recently because at one point I did decide to try and double major with clinical nutrition, which is my original major, and chemistry, pharmaceutical chemistry, because I wanted to see if I could get into the cosmetic industry as a scientist in that area. So as a cosmetic chemist basically. And the whole majoring did not work out very well. It was very difficult that one quarter I tried to do that. Anyways, I learned a lot of things out of it, and recently I just changed it to a minor, so we'll see how it goes. But in that sense, I've been requested a lot lately on a surviving college video, how to do well in academics in order to have a successful college career or university career. So I guess my status with being a student right now is that I go to UC Davis. I've been here since freshman year. So I've been accustomed to the whole big university lifestyle from the very beginning, I guess. And right now I'm a fourth year, but I'm not gonna be graduating officially this school year. I'm gonna be graduating sometime next school year. I added on a few more quarters to complete a minor with chemistry, so we'll see how that goes. So I guess that compiles a little background of me and also certain biases that may come out of it. So just saying this is all from my own experience and it may not pertain to you, but it's just to get an insight. So I guess one of my big tips of having a successful college career is that you gotta sleep, eat, and take care of your body really, really well. Because if you're sick, you're not gonna be able to go to class and attend lecture to your fullest extent. You're not gonna focus, you're not gonna be able to do your homework, you're not gonna, if you have a job, you're not gonna be able to go to a job and, you know, pay for your college tuition or whatever and whatnot. So take care of your body really well. Sleep well, do not skimp on sleep. A lot of college kids tend to do that. They kind of dive into this notion that since you're away from home and no parents are there, you're gonna have any sleep hour as your sleeping hour. Get a good night's sleep, guys. Just get a good night's sleep. It will help you function a lot better. And if you eat healthy along with it, it'll help you function a lot better. And if you exercise on top of it, it will help you feel better and it will help you concentrate better because you're getting out few energy that you probably are like gonna use on wandering around in your brain instead of focusing. And the adrenaline really, really helps with your boosting your mood up. And I found that it's extremely helpful your freshman year, especially since you're going away from home, you're having a lot of changes in your life at that point. It's good to have a routine going, and having something like exercise to keep your mood up from the adrenaline, it's also a great method to keep away from depression. Make a study group. It's super important to know, especially in a big university, it's harder to, I guess, and also especially if you're in a really big major like psychology, biology, like it's to a point where, you know, it's hard to get to know like majority of the people in your class because your class is like a 600 class. But I happen to be in a smaller major where my graduating year class could fit in a one medium-sized lecture room, so everyone kind of knows each other, and you take the same class together eventually. That happened to be in my major. They're just very designated by the year. They're only offered once a year. You happen to have know everyone and make study groups, and you guys become buddies and everything, so it is a great opportunity to exercise your studying skills, exercise your social skills, exercise your networking skills. It's a great area to do that. So do that and you will get materials, you will share materials. And one of the things I learned is you don't want to be the one to sabotage people. I know that in big universities that are very, very competitive and in nature, I've heard horror stories where kids sabotage each other on purpose. And this happened to my friend. She witnessed it personally. So it's just, wow, you don't want to be that person. You don't want to get in that kind of a situation either. So don't be the one to sabotage. Don't be nice and be friendly. Let's just all kind of hold hands and kumbaya and learn stuff together. But in my experience with Davis, that is the complete opposite. People are always trying to help each other and post up materials to help out each other. And you form study groups really easily. One thing that I really found to be helpful is recording lectures. Having a recorder and having to podcast the lectures, it's really helpful when reviewing the material and studying. And having that resource is also a great material to share with your study group. And form a study group. It's a material to help you form a study group, because certain professors do podcast their lectures for the aid to their students. But some other, majority, I want to say like 50-50, don't podcast their lectures and the other half do. And they generally happen to be like lower division classes that you take, like general ed. They tend to podcast their lectures. Otherwise, if it gets more specific, they tend not to, because the classes do get slightly smaller. So they're hoping for you to come into their office hours and you know, anytime emailing, help, make an appointment for office hours, any of that sort. They're there to help you. Professors are there to basically guide you throughout your 4 years of college or however long you're going to stay in academics. So use them, because they're coming out of your tuition. It's an expensive utilization of tool to have a professor there at your service and to respond to your emails and all that stuff. So use them very wisely. If your schedule doesn't match up with a professor's office hour, then you could schedule an appointment. You could always email them. Professors tend to email you back unless they themselves tell you, like, I'm notoriously known for not replying to emails. Like, I had a professor who like straight up said that. So in that case, you could email the TAs. But majority of the TAs, from my experience, do not. It's really a hit or miss. Some of them do like reply really fast, and they're on top of it, and they're very nice and friendly. Others, it's just like, they're just really lazy, or they have other things to do, or they're just not into their job, and they're just doing the TA for money, because they are graduate students, so they are paying their way into graduate school. So it's a hit or a miss, but it's also worth a try. That being said, go to the professor's office hours. They're super helpful, because especially in a big university, when their classes are like 500 kids, 600 kids in a lecture hall, it gets overwhelming for the professors to answer everyone's questions and stuff. So they have these office hours personally to accommodate maybe like 30 students. And it's like a mini lecture. From my experiences, it has been like a mini lecture where students just ask questions, and then the professor goes on maybe like 5-10 minutes on that subject, on that one topic, that to answer that question very specifically. And you could interrupt anytime saying like, what is going on with this at this part and that part? Could you explain even further? I'm not getting it. So you just keep going and going and going until you understand it. And it's really no big deal, because it's really no big deal, because it's your tuition money. It's their job to do this. So And also, if you don't have to really worry about anyone holding up anyone in the background. They have their questions as well, but the professor could always go a little bit beyond the office hours, so they could pretty much answer everyone's questions at times, unless someone actually says, I have a class right after this, so can I get this get this question answered. So it's a very, in office hours, it's a very welcoming experience and very intimate, more intimate experience with the professors, and they get to know you more personally. So later on, if you need letters of recommendations or any of that sort, they're there to actually write you a good recommendation letter. It's hard when you're in a big university and you have a class of 600 kids, but it hones down on the personal on the recommendation letter for you, and more individualized when the professors know you. So it's really good to go to those office hours. Not only do they help you academically, it will help you with maybe future career, getting into grad school, professional school, all that good stuff.